It's been an age since I've come this far into the swamp. There are some twists and turns before we get to the ruins. There's probably more than lizardlings ahead. So, lead on, I guess.
The battle is on! Let's...
How does multi-classing work? What was the level difference? What did they recommend? I don't even see it. Oh, strength? What was the recommendation? Oh. Wisdom? Why would I want wisdom? Monk needs wisdom? Clerics, druids, paladin, rangers, spirit shaman. Hmm. Okay. Where did I put Dex? Oh, because I wanted parry. And tumble. Oh, because it's not a preferred. Why would that not be a preferred then?
Yes, indeed.
That's very specific. Is he using a longsword now? Yeah. Yep. He doesn't have dex, does he? A little bit. Taunt is based on charisma. Intimidate is also based on charisma.
What? What is it?
all of them.
Enemy crazy.
Oh, I have improved unarmed strike. Why would a monk have weapon proficiency, though? None of these guys have dropped anything.
All fun and games! Unavailability.
Bring it to me!
I'm not dead yet. Isn't there a limit to this? 2 uses a day. Why is he not using it? It's like I was clicking on it and nothing was happening until now. Wait, is this the one or the other one?
We should turn back. These aren't the ruins that your father wanted us to search. I haven't, but I remember Georg talking about this one. He said no one has ever been able to get in, and Tarma says he's heard a story about a wizard who tried to get in once and never returned. Besides, if your father wanted us to go into these ruins, you'd think he'd have told us how to get in.
Nope, can't do that.
Almost ready.
Can't click and drag during exploration mode. It's only about strategy mode you can do that. Oh, here it is. I think the exploration mode, you need to be able to... No. Control the camera now. Oh, because I don't have that turned on. You need to be able to, why can't? Oh, I guess I have to control key mapping. Okay, it's here. So exploration mode. Oops. think it might. Yeah, I guess during explanation mode you can just click. So, hold on. Let's try that. Oops. No. So you can do that yourself. This is exploration mode. Mouse look camera movement. How do you says scroll camera if hitting the edge of screen, but it's not doing it. Oh, maybe because of that. Yep, okay, so this is it. And all I need to do now is just making sure that it's almost there. Let's rotate A and A. That's not rotate. Doesn't even know these options, doesn't even know what they're supposed to be doing. Am I in the right mode? Yeah. That's not rotate, that's a camera. This is a lie. That is not rotate. Rotate is broken? It doesn't rotate anymore? It's like you can't rotate anymore using oh, it's working now. Okay, so if I change that, now would it work? Oops. It just doesn't want to take the changes that you made. Like it doesn't understand. Am I in character mode? Oh, I'm in character mode. Hold on. Yeah, it's not rotating. Rotating is Q and E. Oh, maybe because I need to make sure that that's removed. Nope. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna get dizzy actually. If I keep working on this shit. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. I think at the beginning it was doing it and then the game seems to kind of glitch out and it's not recognizing that I want rotate left to be A and camera right to be D. Yeah, it's not rotating anymore using it's like the game doesn't even know what you wanted at this point. Okay, we'll just keep it at default. Let's just play with. It's like if the option is able to recognize what I wanted to do, I think it would be easy to use the exploration mode. But right now, I mean, the game's always been like the first iteration. Oh shit! I triggered a trap. The first iteration of the game didn't have character mode, and then once they introduce character mode it becomes more playable. But the problem with this release seems like it's just, you know, it's kind of glitchy.
All
Scared the shit out of I mean, I prefer to play the game this way anyway, the character mode, because it's like playing Dragon Age Inquisition, you know? I mean, in Dragon Age Origins. But I wish that this would be a little bit more usable. Oh, I need to change that back to marquee selection.
What's up? Sure, yes.
I don't know how it doesn't understand to rotate. It's very baffling. Maybe you have to replace the whole thing, the whole set. Let's see. No, something happened. Because it took earlier, and now it doesn't take anymore.
Sure, yes.
Yes, indeed.
Get in step. Follow me.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so because of the free camera that was doing that? So fucking strange. Ew, no. I can just do that myself.
Bring it to me!
You got so much crap.
O great spirits of the stone tomb, please hear our plea. The other lizardling tribes take our territory. They wage war. And before we fight them for our ancestral hatching grounds, we asked for your blessings.
There certainly are an awful lot of them. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
A warm blood. Here, your very presence offends the stone god.
Hey, Bilbo Snackums. You're watching to decide if you really want to purchase this game. Have you played the game before? Are you talking about purchasing the new edition? Having played the original release? Well, I know it got mixed reviews on Steam, but I'm pretty happy with the upgrade, because I tried playing this, what is it called, Complete Edition or something. I first got it ways back, you know, on disc. So a long time ago, and then I upgraded to the GOG edition. And recently, I think last year, I tried playing that one on my and I think there was a problem with resolution. I had UI issues. I mean, things that you can probably address with mods or whatever. I'm not. I don't do a lot of mods, of modding on my games. So, so I had issues with playing the game at higher resolutions and stuff like that. So I mean, approaching it that way, I think it's worth it. Because I stopped playing, like when I installed the GOG edition last year. I tried playing it. I had a lot of issues, and I just stopped because. And here, this one actually, I'm running at 4K. I have an ultra wide screen now, and everything runs good. You know, there are things missing like a UI. Slide, you know. I mean, but you can adjust that apparently in the INI. So, and I was able to do that because that was the problem that I had when I first launched this, because there was no UI slider, and I had to squint. I don't have to squint anymore, and that's all I wanted. So for me, I like the upgrade. I mean, it's not supposed to be a remastered. It's just enhanced. If you want to think of it that way, it is enhanced. It's not a remaster. I think people had a lot. You know, they need to curb their expectations a little bit. This is not a remaster. You know, for I think people who have never played this game, it's definitely a must-buy. But if you just, it depends on whether or not you can still use the previous version. For me, the previous version of the game, it's problematic at this point. So for me, it's worth it. So if you're still able to use the previous version and everything's fine, then I would say no, it's not worth it. But if you had issues with the previous version, depending on what it is that you're looking for, you know.
Your words are like the swamp eel, warm blood, treacherous and painful. Kill the intruders. Sacrifice them to the stone god.
Heyday, Koroi. Eleve Bokreni. Let's see what you've got! Eleve Bokreni.
Dang, you really want to bevel, dude. Doesn't he have...
Well, that's just...
Forgot to give him potions. Oh, he's fine. This time you're playing on the console, Xbox? Yeah, they actually include a console interface. I can't use it. It's, I guess if you used to playing games like this on the PC, you know, with keyboard and mouse, using the controller is just not, you know, not the best. But yeah, it's there, it's functional. It takes a lot of work. But you know, if you just want to play with a controller, I have to connect my controller. It's a hidden It's funny how they have the option hidden to force it. Somebody put in the workshop on Steam where you can download it to force it to show the option. But if you connect the controller on the PC version, it will automatically switch to the console interface. And basically everything gets overblown. Everything's like very big. You know, to do things, you have 5 extra steps, you know, because you have to use the controller. You know, so, but it's there. They actually have a functioning controller interface. So if that's all that you're looking for, it's definitely there. Let me, if you want to see it, I'm not sure if you've seen it. Probably function like the other online, yeah, I don't know how that works, but if you've never seen it before, I can plug in my controller so you can kind of see. But like I said, it's functional, so if that's all you're looking for, it's definitely there. Let me see. All right. There it is. You know, when you select the hot bar, you have to, you know, everything just takes 5 extra steps to do. But it's there. Wait, how do I open this? How do I open this with the controller? Hold on. How do I open this chest? Eh?
Should we be in some sort of marching order or something?
You can work with that. Yeah. Like I said, it's functional and it's there. They actually put some effort into implementing it, you know. So I'm trying to find how the fuck do you interact with this chest using the controller. Oh, here it is. Okay, there it is. Now it pops up. A.
We were risking life and limb for that? None of this makes any sense. Dagon can do his own blasted quest from now on. When you're done searching around, let's get out of here.
You know, I wish that they would, like, implement some of these into, like, the PC UI. It's like you can't customize. Like, I like how it looks, like, during the conversation. You have even the highlight and, you know, it's just so weird. I mean, this is definitely not something that they spent a lot of time working on. I think they mostly worked on the controller interface, and then also I think upgrading the engine to I think DX12. You know, but other than that, it's basically the same game as before. So yeah, it just for some reason it wasn't the pop-up wasn't showing. That shows A to interact. But yeah, it's doable if you're just gonna play it on the Xbox for sure. I mean, this release is definitely a blessing for people who have never played this game before, you know. But
You have returned, and you have brought the shard.
That's all you can say? I almost died out there.
If I did not believe you could handle the task, I would have sent another.
Yeah, well, you weren't out there in the swamp getting attacked by lizard folk.
No, I was here attending the wounded couple. Now find Marion and do the same.
I don't see how you put up with it.
Now, for the shard.
you never finished it. Your PC wasn't the best. Also, the fact that people can create custom campaigns, so it has potential. Yeah, there's some rumblings about some features being cut. I didn't really look into it. I mean, I wasn't big into participating in like the online portion of this game anyway when I was playing it before. So, but I think everything's there. I mean, on Steam you have access to a workshop, so people can, you know, add stuff to the game that way. But yeah, it's a good time to get back into the game and try and finish it, you know. But yeah, the first time I played this game was a long time ago, and the original version that first came out, it was so buggy. They didn't even have the character mode where the camera was following you from the back, like as if you're playing a Dragon Age game, you know, or more modern RPGs. That was introduced, I think, like way later. I think it was like a big update to the original release that they introduced the third camera option. So yeah, playing this game like when it first came out was really, really rough. It was really, really rough, but it's a great game, you know. So I was really excited when they announced this enhanced version. I was like, okay, yeah, because last year I really wanted to get back into the game to play it again. And like I said, the GOG version wasn't doing it for me. Just problematic. Some graphical issues for me. And it doesn't really work with modern displays, I think. I think I saw the option at the when you first start the game where you can do crossplay. So I think there's crossplay. Oh, you mean you're talking about people? Yeah, I don't know how that works. I think since, I mean, if they're getting, yeah, I'm not sure if only the host needs to have the files, you know, for people to be able to play things that are on Steam, for example. I'm not sure how that works. You probably want to go to the Steam forum and ask, and check to see how that works. Because I know some games only the host needs to have the files installed, you know. But yeah, not sure. I don't have the answer to that question, unfortunately. Yeah, I will probably mostly be playing this alone anyway.
Many such ruins lie within the mare and beneath it. They are of ancient Ilfon, an empire once forged from an alliance of dwarfs and elves. All that remains are ruins, and little else. And their empire lives on only in history books and stories. That shard is one of a pair. Both were found after the battle that destroyed West Harbor long ago. My half-brother Duncan and I asked a mage in Neverwinter to examine the shards for enchantments, but he found nothing except a faint magical aura, residue of the battle. And so I kept one shard, and the other I gave to Duncan. Not long after I returned to West Harbor, I sealed it away in the ruins. So to speak, it would be more appropriate to say that I have a half-brother. Duncan, like Bevel, has many faults that would make it wise not to rely on him or call him kin.
Knowing yourself, probably play official role-playing D&D if players create such rooms. More than likely someone will do it. Yeah, probably.
I could not bring myself to cast it away. Yet at the same time, I did not wish to keep it close. You are too young to remember what occurred, I know. But the battle was a terrible one. That shard, it reminds me too much of that night. That is the only reason I can think of for why they came. Am I certain? No. But my instincts tell me they were looking for it.
How long is the single player campaigns? It's pretty long. I think it's reaching the 100th hour mark. And then all the expansions are single player. You can play single player as well. That's included. My favorite is what were the expansions? The one that I like is the second one. I think Storms of Zehir. But yeah, this game has a lot of content. Just playing the solo just playing single player through the campaigns included will last you for a while. It depends on what you do in the game too. So.
Strange. Perhaps the attack awakened it. If so, then perhaps a second look at these shards would yield different results. But such divinations would be beyond anyone here in West Harbor, including Tarmus.
Does the character start? I think you can import your character, because in one of the expansions you have to have a I think minimum level 10 or something, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. I think you can import your character. So story-wise, it's not related. I mean, it's not like a continuation. The two expansions, they're like completely different stories. So, but I think you can bring your own character, if I remember correctly.
Long ago, and it was a battle that did not concern West Harbor, but the village was caught up in it like many such villages in the mare of dead men. We knew little about what had sparked the conflict. Demons were involved, led by a warlock of great power. We only knew him as the King of Shadows. The forces of Neverwinter attempted to drive the demons back. Many villagers fled, some taking the road, others wading into the swamp, anything to escape the battle. There was an explosion, pure and white, then nothing more. I need you to go to the city of Neverwinter, find my half-brother Duncan, retrieve the second shard, and take it to a mage you both can trust. Duncan owns an inn in the docks district of the city, the Sunken Flagon. Not the most reputable place, but safe enough. The problem is more complicated than that. If we give them the shard, I doubt it will prevent them from believing the second one lies here as well. Or others. We only found 2. It is possible there were others, scattered into the swamp or taken away, or have met other ends. There are many things I have chosen not to tell you, and that is because they are not relevant. Perhaps if you were to question less and heed my words, it would prevent you from becoming confused.
If I beat the hell out of you.
I did not mean what I said, and this is no time for us to fight. You need to leave West Harbor tonight. Head to the small port town of Highcliff when you are free of the swamp. There, seek passage on a ship to Neverwinter. The beast that attacked us will leave West Harbor alone once they realize their quarry has fled. If all goes well, you should be in Neverwinter before they find your trail. Say your farewells. Your boots may travel many roads before you return. I let some of the others know you are leaving, but not the why of it.
You're surprised you said that. But yeah, part of the fun of this game is definitely creating different characters too. You know, and all these different classes that you can experiment with. I've never played a monk before, so it's just like... Stop asking so many questions. He's such a dick, though. He seemed eager to put me in
We are
danger.
all in danger. I will try my very best to keep the hunters busy. If Tamora wills it, your journey will be quick and safe. But Lady Luck is fickle indeed in the mare. Steel yourself for danger. Perhaps one day we will speak again and gain an understanding of each other. Return when you are ready to leave, and we will speak of the path you must take.
All the crap that I left behind earlier is still here. Okay. Oop. What was the left and right? LB... What? No, you play with the controller. Do you have... Oh, you do have... Oh, no. So when you play with the controller, you don't have access to the other camera modes? No. Okay. Oh, here it is. So you do have access to strategy mode. Okay. Yeah, this is like how they did it, I think, in Dragon Age Origins on the console. Yeah, it's doable, but you know, it's just everything takes extra steps. But moving with the controller feels nice, though. You know, that's always feels nice moving with the controller. And you know, I wish that they would like the pop-up when you're talking to characters, so they would have that new modern look when you're using the keyboard and mouse, but they're separating like the modern UI. They're not just like combining them to make the game look the best. I think this this interface is not working very well with ultra widescreen though, because you can see the pop-up like blocking the map. So she doesn't have anything to give you. Okay.
Oh, someone give me
Oh.
a hand. This is too much to carry.
Let's drop that. We don't need that. Where is... Okay. No. Where's the guy? Where's the mage guy so I can sell all my crap? Where the fuck is he? Where's that honorary mage guy? Wait, he was here earlier. I'm sure they will fix plenty with future patch updates. Hopefully. This was released by Aspire, right? Who made the who released the because I think they're a little bit lazy. Who released Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition? That was Beamdog. I think they're the better company. I think I think they're pronounced Aspire. Aspire. I think these guys are a little bit more lazy, unfortunately. But we'll see, you know. I mean, this is a big franchise, you know. I mean, a big name title. I can't believe that they didn't work directly with Obsidian, because this was an Obsidian game, you know. Maybe because Obsidian wanted money, because I know Obsidian now works with Microsoft as well. So I don't know how that works. So, but
this incursion is the most noteworthy event that's happened here in years.
we can hope for the
I had
best.
high hopes for Amy. She was a rare find in West Harbor. A shame she failed to heed her first lesson. Always listen to Tarmas. Not that I expect you would understand. But she was the only one capable of holding a coherent conversation with me. Go if you must. But mysteries remain here that need to be answered. An inconvenience? Bah! I wouldn't expect one of your small intellect to understand. Suffice to say that her loss pains me beyond mere inconvenience.
That's actually what you were looking up. Obsidian does a pretty good job. Yeah, I mean, I know they got acquired by Microsoft, and remember they released the enhanced edition of what was the name of that game that they recently released? The Outer something, the sci-fi Fallout. What was the name of that game? Outer Worlds. You know, when they really it and so they released the Outer Worlds, and then they released a remastered version a year after the a year, maybe 2 years after the release of the original game. They barely made any you know, it wasn't what was it called, something Businessman Edition or something like that. I think because Microsoft wanted them to release that, you know, because so that's probably why like this got acquired by Aspire instead of something that Obsidian should have been the one working on, you know, but because it would have been great if this got like a major re-release, like a remastered. But I always thought that this game looked good, even back then. I mean, it still looks pretty decent now. The cape that he's wearing there around his neck, I mean, that looks horrible, but other than that, this game actually still looks pretty good. I noticed they did something different with the lighting in this village. Because I know that supposedly they retouched the graphics a little bit. I could barely notice it except for like during the conversation with your stepdad, and the lighting looks a little different from what I remember. It looks nicer actually, but other than that, this game has always been good looking to me. I always thought that it's a good looking game, so I mean they could have cleaned this up, you know, like the cape graphics here on your character, they could have cleaned it up a little bit, you know, so but yeah, Pillars of Eternity is great. I haven't completed that game. I've played it multiple times, and one time I got pretty close. I think I got like to the midway point. Yeah, that I really need to go back to Pillars of Eternity and finish it. I think I tried to replay the game recently, but I finally finished playing Tyranny, which is such a great game, another Obsidian RPG. Such a great game. And then just, I guess I shouldn't have done it, you know, straight after, just hot from the trails of finishing Tyranny, I wanted to finish Pillars of Eternity, so I jumped into that. And it was just a little too much. Sometimes you need to take a break between those games. Between similar games, you know, you just have to take a little break, because there's a lot of reading involved, you know, I mean, because there's not a lot of voiced NPCs in like Tyranny, Pillars of Eternity, you know, you have to kind of read it yourself. So it's like reading a book. So have you ever played Tyranny? It's one of my favorites. I think it's one of their best works for sure. I thought Tyranny actually, story-wise, is better than Pillars of Eternity. But yeah, I need to get back to Pillars of Eternity for sure. Yeah, I wish they would continue down, you know, that path instead of making these like more modern games. Like, when I say modern, I mean like, I guess you can say that Pillars of Eternity, even though, you know, it looks old-fashioned, it is a modern game. You know, function-wise. It's just that it, you know, it has that more olden game feel to it because it's like the 2D backgrounds, and isometric. But I think I like that style, I mean, you could do so much with that. I think graphically it looks nice too. You don't have to go like full 3D, 3D first person, whatever. But and the Outer Worlds for me was one of their weaker games. I mean, I don't get that game at all. Gameplay wise it's fine, but I think the writing was poor. I think I like it when they write more serious stuff, like I think, I'm not sure if you played the Outer Worlds. It's like that jokey. It was a little too. Like, I understand the whole corporate. The whole corporate vibe. It's a corporate world. I can understand like trying to make that like light-hearted, but it becomes. I don't know. It just, the writing is just bad. You haven't played it. You've watched streams of it. Yeah, I mean, the writing is just poor. I can understand like trying to be a satire, but it's like the game is not serious, but the problem is. It's hard to get it's hard to get invested because it's just such a unserious game. I mean, I'm all for like satires or funny games, but it just doesn't work, I think, with that one. Because I think in a way they want it to be kind of serious about the game, but it's not. And I can't believe that they're making a sequel. I can't believe that they're making a sequel to the Outer Worlds before making a sequel to Tyranny. So. I need to drop this controller.
The swamp has many denizens, most dangerous, and all of them particularly irksome. But these new pests are not native, so it stands to reason they traveled through leagues of swamp trails and this odious smell to get here. Anyone that desperate has to have a good reason, so whatever you're carrying, guard it carefully. Anyone fool enough to go through that much effort to come here won't give up easily. I've already lost Amy to their determination.
This guy is so funny. I like his character.
Suffice it to say that I find the bustle of city life even less endearing than the mosquitoes here. And here I can work quietly, in exchange for teaching some mud farmer's child a bit of lore every now and again.
You just saw the sequel to The Outer Worlds 5 minutes ago. We were searching Xbox. Yeah, they announced it like months ago. And they're going to follow Nintendo's path of increasing the price of games to like $79 just for the base game. I am not touching that game anytime soon. And then they posted like something funny on Steam, like, and everyone. I mean, yeah, there was. I think they were asking about the price, input about the price of the game. They knew better. Yeah. So, but I think, I mean, Obsidian, personally, for me, is like one of the best developers out there. I mean, they made some of the best games out there. I mean, Outer Worlds not one of them, but you know, their RPGs are great. The funny thing about Obsidian, they used to make sequels to BioWare games. You know, like this game. The original Neverwinter Nights was a BioWare game, and then they took the engine and then they made Neverwinter Nights 2, and then it's the better game. So every time they would take something from BioWare, they turn it into a better game. Like Knights of the Old Republic, and then they made the sequel to Knights of the Old Republic. What was the... there's another game, I think. Can't think, it's too late at night. But yeah, these guys are able to make the better version of a BioWare game. You know, were they the one also responsible for Baldur's Gate 2? I can't recall. But yeah, they're one of the best developers out there. I think the Microsoft acquisition, though, and unfortunately, you know, now they're bound to what Microsoft wants them to do. And Microsoft, I think generally, I don't have really issues with Microsoft Studios, but I know when like independent developers, smaller developers, you know, get acquired by larger studios, sometimes they lose that touch, you know. So hopefully these guys are still gonna be able to make, you know, the games that they're really good at. So
There's more to it than farming and pig contests. Of that you can be certain. Come back later, then we can talk.
But yeah, I think this whole trend of $79 for like a base game is just stupid. The unfortunate thing is I think it's gonna stay because Nintendo has like really crazy level following, you know, I mean, and they will pay any amount of money. So, and other companies gonna say, oh, look at that. Yeah, see? They're willing to pay any kind of money for our games. So let's increase the price. The only place where you can see some of that resistance is on the PC gaming side, you know? So yeah, Outer Worlds 2, it's probably like 2 years after release or a year after release, depending on how they did. With that game, you know, if they're able to sell that game pretty well, because maybe a year after or 6 months after, it might be 50% off on Steam, you know, so you never know.
Do you think it's by choice? Having filthy beggar children tidying my place up with inept hands and clouded minds? I could hire a servant for that, but the village has expectations of a resident wizard, responsibilities that cannot be shirked. So I teach them their letters, so they can write dirty messages in the mud or some such rot, only to watch them throw it all away in a meaningless gesture of loyalty. Stupid girl.
This guy's so funny.
That man says decidedly too much. It's true that part of the reason I came to West Harbor is because of the war that was fought here. You've probably heard it mentioned from time to time. And no doubt you've also heard the same vague accounts I have, assuming you could pry even that from the other villagers. The whole affair is quite mysterious, I'm afraid. Demons were involved, that much is certain. But, curiously enough, there are no clear answers to who fought whom and why. I think part of it is the remoteness of the location, yes? There were few battles in the war, and all of them were fought in the Mare of Dead Men. An evil wizard was behind the whole thing. There were very few Neverwinter troops that actually saw any action, and none of them survived.
This game is reasonably priced though. This release, I mean, especially like if people have never played this game before, I think it's a steal, you know, at $29 for what you get from this game. Well, I know they can't, you know, they know they can't get away from selling it at a higher price, but this is a great game, you know. It's a great game. One of the best, for sure. You know, why spend $70 on some of these other games when you can pay $30 and play something like this, you know?
And what would they say? I'm guessing that the Harbormen are as much in the dark in this as the Neverwinter archivists are. The battle that was fought here didn't involve heralds and flowery declarations. It involved the wholesale slaughter of two forces, with your village in the middle. The entire village was nearly destroyed, and almost no one who stayed in West Harbor survived the night. You really are a Harborman. People here possess the sort of subtlety commonly found in raging barbarian hordes. Ask something else. I have nothing more to say on this matter.
So do you play primarily on the Xbox?
And what would they say? I'm guessing that the Harbormen are as much in the dark in this as the Neverwinter archivists are. The battle that was fought here didn't involve heralds and flowery declarations. It involved the wholesale slaughter of two forces, with your village in the middle. The entire village was nearly destroyed, and almost no one who stayed in West Harbor survived the night. Of course. In fact, I would prefer it.
Yeah, I have the Series X myself. I got it primarily to play my older Xbox games. Just it's nice to have another console that can play the my older disc. I wish that the whole thing is like backwards compatible, you know, to every single title, but. And this was, and I got the Series X also because of some of the exclusives back then. But there's no longer any exclusives because everything goes to the PC now. Well, there's some smaller releases, I guess, like the Archive series for the PlayStation 5, some smaller releases on the Xbox.
Help with the journey, you say? Advice. Advice is what I can give. Use that skull of yours for more than a shield. Amy obviously failed to learn this lesson. A fool girl. As functional as the famous Harborman thick-headedness is, it still won't prove much help against, let's say, a lizardling sword or javelin. You aren't mistaken on that account. Fine, take this. Perhaps it will help you. Perhaps not, but don't bother asking for more. I've already lost an apprentice on your behalf. That's all you'll be getting from me.
What did he give me? It doesn't pop up. Okay.
Oh, very well. I suppose I could always use more coin.
Just easier, cheaper, yeah. I mean, the Series X is pretty nice, and I like that the Xbox is not doing the Pro thing. Because I think they did that with the Xbox One, right? Because it becomes the Xbox One X. But it looks like they're just gonna stick with the Series X for now. Oh no, I gotta give the scale mail, I think, to Belvin. What's his name? Devin? Clark Skin. You don't mind the Series X? You have a great monitor for it. Yeah, I recently got this ultra widescreen monitor for Christmas last year. Before that, I was playing on a 56 inch 4K, and I have my PC connected to the display, to the large display. I know a lot of people playing PC games, they like to play on a small monitor, you know. I don't know why. when you get connected to your big screen, you know. But yeah, I just recently got this ultra wide though. It's nice. I'm a believer now. Not every game supports it, of course, but yeah, I wish that the consoles would allow you to play would support ultra wide resolution as well. You know, even if they decrease the horizontal resolution, you know, just to support it. Even if the games themselves don't support it, at least allow us to use it for, like, to watch movies and for the dashboard to support ultra wide, you know. What are these torches? Club. Does he take the 0 gold arrow? He does? Oh, nice. 100 gold to identify. Oh, I have 2,000 gold, so. If I identify it though, does it make it? No, it's not worth it. Just get rid of it. Is there any weight to this? No weight. You know what? Let's check it out. Bolt +1. That's it. Oh, you get 10 gold though. He doesn't want these shurikens. You cannot sell items worth than 1 gold piece, but that's a lie though. I was able to get rid of some things that are like 0 gold piece. And he just took them. Gloves of concentration. +3 concentration. Okay. Anything else I have to sell? Golden Chalice of Lavender. Spell. Mass Cure Serious Wounds 3. Oh, that can only be used 3 times. But the light is unlimited. Okay. Spirit light ones. We'll sell these. Okay. Where's Bevo? It's over here.
Have you said your farewells?
No.
You must leave tonight. When you are ready, return here, and I will tell you what must be done.
Okay. I think I'm gonna stop here though. Been playing this for like 2 hours. But yeah, thanks for being here, Bilbo. Really appreciate the chat. Have fun with the game if you're getting it. I might be back in a little bit because I have to wake up early. So I'm probably just gonna take like a quick nap and then I'll be up. So I'm not sure where you're at, but it's like midnight over here. All right, take care. Hope to see you around. Bye bye. Let's stand next to Devil so we know what to do when we get back. $3 a.m. Okay, cool. What are you doing up so early? You always awake this wee hours of the morning like this? Yeah, normally I would be asleep around midnight, but like I said, I have to. I already slept earlier for a couple of hours, and I'm gonna take a quick nap, and I have to wake up again. So. 3 a.m. Huh? Why do I keep picking up this training club? It doesn't have any value, does it? Oh no, that's the training club from the fair. Okay, yeah. Okay. All right, we'll stop here.